They never can make it easy on us, can they? The Atlanta Braves lose a gimme at home to the Giants. Okay, Max Fried's on the mound. He gets blown up. Whatever. Okay, they can take a night off. The Kansas City Royals, they're down 3. We have the Cubs run line. The Royals are down 3 in the 9th inning. They score 2 runs to get a backdoor cover with their final out, and they still lose the game. Look, I'm not going to tell the Kansas City Royals not to make a comeback. I don't want to ruin the competitive integrity of the game. But if you're going to lose anyway, lose with some dignity. Don't get a backdoor cover on the final out of the game just to make us losers. If you're going to lose, don't drag us down with you. Okay, that's 2 losses. Are we serious? I had the call of the day with the New York Yankees money line. I told you guys, professionals don't like being embarrassed. Yankees were going to come out with a renewed spirit. Clark Schmidt was going to be all right. It ended up happening. They're up 6-5 in the 8th inning, the bottom of the 8th inning. And then, wait, what's that? The umpires want to get involved? Oh, they're going to wipe a run off the board. I didn't see conclusive evidence that IKF wasn't safe at the plate. Normally the tie goes to the runner. That's what I was taught. It was called safe on the field. I didn't see a very clear angle of him being out, but you know what? That's fine. We're going to overturn it. And then the Red Sox are going to challenge for plate interference. And look, I'm not saying that was or was not interference. What I am saying is there is no clear-cut definition of what interference is. It's like the MLB told the umpires, we're adding this rule called interference, but we're not going to tell you the definition of it. You can take it and apply it as you wish. You can change what it means every game to just go with whatever your call is. Again, I'm not here to argue if it was or wasn't. I'm here to say we need consistency with this call because the umpire don't know. It doesn't even look like they agree with themselves game to game. And then, of course, when that run is stripped off the board, to nobody's surprise, the Red Sox score the top of the 9th. The Yankees win that game. I mean, to nobody's surprise. We all knew that was going to happen as soon as that did happen. So, bottom line, they can't make it easy on us. They can't make it easy on us. But you know what, guys? At least we're starting to get some confidence back with the picks. We're starting to get some more green days. And we're about to roll it on over into the Monday episode of Pick 5, Win 5. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone else in between. Welcome back to my daily betting show where it is my job to give you my 5 favorite plays in the sports betting world. We're coming off of a 2-3 day. It seems to me like we've curtailed that horrendous losing streak. We're starting to strike some sort of middle ground. Now it's about getting ourselves we're in the basement. We're back on the main floor. Now we got to walk up those steps and get back up to the top floor. That's where we're headed. I'm feeling really good about these picks, believe it or not. This is the best that I've felt in probably the last 10 to 14 days or so, and I'm really excited to give them all to you. But before I do, make sure that you guys are subscribed to the channel, coming out with betting content every single day, as well as some other non-betting content, just general sports talk, which should be pretty interesting for you guys. I had one pretty fun comment on my NFL tier list. They didn't seem to enjoy it, but you know what? Such is the way of life. Everybody has an opinion, and sometimes you might like mine, sometimes you might not. It is what it is. Okay, my first pick of the show here on this Monday. I'm taking the Seattle Mariners -1.5 versus the Chicago White Sox. I also like the under of 9 in this game, but I'm taking the Mariners run line. Luis Castillo is going to be on the bump for the Mariners here. He's 9-7 with a 3.23 ERA and a 1.05 WHIP, going against Touki Toussaint, who is 1-5 with a 4.47 ERA and a 1.45 WHIP. Now, Castillo's not having the best month. He's definitely not. He's got a 5.68, as a matter of fact. But Toussaint has still been worse. He has a 6.91. And more importantly, the Mariners have just been a wagon lately. They've covered in 5 of their last 6 games and in 18 of their last 25. 18 of their last 25. Now, I will say the White Sox have also been really good against the spread lately, despite them being a putrid organization. They've covered in 9 of their last 13 games, but I will challenge that and say those teams have not been good. They've been covering against the Rockies, the Cubs, who I guess I can give that to them. The Cubs, they're an all right team. The Brewers, same thing, but I don't think the Brewers are that great. The Yankees, the Guardians, they have not played a team at the level of the Mariners, especially with the way the Mariners are playing. They're now only a half game behind the Astros for second in the AL West and 3 games behind the Rangers, who are suddenly sliding for the lead. The Mariners are 4th in scoring over the last 30 days. The White Sox are 25th. The Mariners also have the best bullpen ERA over the last month, while the White Sox are 23rd. And just to dive into that a little more, the Mariners bullpen has a 2.12 ERA. The White Sox has a 5.0, so well over 2 times worse. The Mariners are on the road here, which means we're getting 9 guaranteed innings of offense, and they also weirdly play better offense on the road than they do in their home stadium. So short and sweet, to the point, Mariners -1.5. That's where I'm going with the first pick here. My second pick, I like the Atlanta Braves -1.5 versus the New York Mets. The Braves lost yesterday. I wouldn't count on them losing 2 days in a row, especially to the Mets. And David Peterson, who is 3-7 with a 5.45 ERA and a 1.65 WHIP, going against Bryce Elder, who is 9-4 with a 3.46 ERA and a 1.21 WHIP. Now, Peterson, boy, talk about a tale of two cities, or I guess a tale of two Petersons. He has a 2.88 ERA at home and a 7.75 ERA on the road. A 7.75. You didn't mishear me. This game, by the way, is being played in Atlanta. So road ERA coming into effect. The last time we saw Elder, he had a 7-inning shutout. He gave up 5 earned runs in each of the 2 starts before that, but he still has 3 quality starts in his last 5 outings. He's very much a roller coaster type player. I'm not saying he is someone of this capability, but the instant NFL comparison I thought of was Josh Allen. You know, Josh Allen might have 300 yards and 3 touchdowns and a half, and he might have 50 yards with 2 interceptions and a fumble in the next half. You don't really know what you're going to get from him, but he certainly has a much higher ceiling than Peterson does. And I mean, the season stats, a 1.21 WHIP versus a 1.65. I mean, it's obvious that Elder is better than David Peterson. Now, based on the last month, the Braves have scored 2 more runs per game than the Mets do, or rather, they do score 2 more runs per game than the Mets do. And as good as the Braves are in general, that they're also just better at home. Like, their offense is even more lively. And to contradict what I said, even though they're at home and it's a run line pick and they might only get 8 innings of offense, their offense is still better at home. The Braves also have the 3rd best bullpen ERA across the last month. The Mets are down at 25th. We don't even need to spend any time going over the offenses. We know that the Mets aren't even in the same stratosphere as the Braves. So we're going to take the Braves run line for the second pick. Third pick, I like the under of 9 runs in the Rangers-Diamondbacks matchup. For the Rangers, the under has hit in 15 of their last 21. That's pretty much 3 out of 4. And for the Diamondbacks, it's hit in 18 of their last 26. Again, pretty much 3 out of 4. Now, the Diamondbacks have maybe looked better at the plate than the Rangers have recently. I think have the Rangers still scored the most runs in the league, or did the Braves overtake them? Whatever it is, I know the Braves are probably top 2 still to this day, but over the last couple of weeks, I mean, they have not been good. They're bottom 10 in scoring. The Rangers also score 1 less run per game when they are on the road. This game is being played in Arizona. Now, Jordan Montgomery is on the mound here for the Rangers, recently acquired from the Cardinals. He's 8-10 with a 3.30 ERA and a 1.24 WHIP. Taking on Slade Cecconi, who has only thrown 10 innings, but he did have a 3.48 ERA, and he's never given up more than 2 earned runs. Montgomery, I do want to dive into him a little more as well. He's been pretty dialed in as of late. Got a 2.42 ERA over the last 3 months, and he only has 1 game where he's given up more than 3 earned runs. Now, if you are looking at the over here, your concern has to be the bullpens. The Diamondbacks over the last month have the worst bullpen in the league. The Rangers, I believe, are 26th. They're somewhere close to that bottom. But Aroldis Chapman is fresh. He's had 4 days off. He hasn't given up a single earned run this month. I would imagine he's going to get some time today. And then Kevin Ginkel, the Diamondbacks' top reliever. The Diamondbacks didn't play yesterday, so obviously he had the day off. He's only given up 3 earned runs in the last 3 months. Should be ready to rock, so you're going to have some of those top relievers in there. And it's not just the best of a bad group. Like, these are legit top flight relievers. So hopefully they're going to help carry this game under, and it's going to stay under 9.5 runs. Did I say 9 runs earlier, by the way? I meant the under of 9.5, not 9 runs. Hopefully I didn't mess that up. I'll figure it out in the edit. My fourth pick, I'm taking the Astros money line versus the Boston Red Sox. James Paxton on the bump for the Sox here. He's 7-3 with a 3.34 ERA and a 1.14 WHIP. Going against Christian Javier, who is 8-2 with a 4.49 ERA and a 1.23 WHIP. Now, Paxton has been better, and he is better, and he has been better as of late. However, his ERA jumps a full 1.5 on the road, and the Red Sox score 1 fewer run per game on the road than they do compared to their home field. So the contextual matchup here, I'm leaning towards the Astros. And Paxton also does give up more home runs per 9 innings than Javier, not by a ton, but takes him just about a half inning less to give up a home run. And when you're facing such a high-powered offense like the Astros, that does become pretty significant. The Astros are 9th in home runs this season. The Red Sox are only 18th. Now, I will say the reason that I do love this pick is even though the Astros have not been that incredible at their home field and their form has been dropping a little bit, they need to win this game. They had a team meeting yesterday to talk about the impending threat that is the Seattle Mariners, who just won 3 straight games in Houston against the Astros. And again, like I was talking about with the Mariners pick, they're only a half game behind the Astros right now. So the Astros know that they need to come out and win this game. The Red Sox, yes, technically they're still fighting for a wild card spot, but the Astros are significantly better than the Red Sox. Everybody knows that. I think they're going to come out with a renewed spirit. They're going to be firing on all cylinders today. Their bullpen ERA is very good. It's 2 full points better than the Red Sox is over the last month of play. The Sox also used Kenley Jansen yesterday. Now, I know that he can go back-to-back. He's done it 6 times this season. Maybe this is a spot where he could do it again, but still, if in a perfect world, you wouldn't have to put him out there. Either you're going to be up by a lot or down by a lot. And if it's somewhat close, I think really the only chance that Jansen gets in this game is if it's tied in the 9th inning, something like that. So if you can avoid that situation, you can take the Red Sox top closer out of the game. The Astros, we know, have a better offense than the Red Sox do. The Red Sox batting average drops like 0.02 when they're on the road. So 4th pick of the show, I'm taking the Astros money line there. And let's get to the 5th and final pick. I'm taking the Cincinnati Reds money line versus the Los Angeles Angels. Graham Ashcraft on the bump for the Reds, 6-8 with a 4.89 ERA and a 1.40 WHIP, going against Lucas Giolito of the Angels, who is 7-9 with a 4.44 ERA and a 1.27 WHIP. Now, Ashcraft has 3 starts this month, got a 2.86 ERA, and he also had a 1.84 last month. So I know he's got a 4.89 for the year, but he's been awesome as of late. And Giolito has not. He's got a 9.19 ERA this month, has given up at least 3 earned runs in 4 straight starts, and he's only 1-3 straight up since being traded from the White Sox to the Angels. The Angels offense has also been very dormant as of late. It's 24th in scoring over the last month. Really, over the last 2 weeks, it's been pretty awful. Now, the Reds hasn't been a whole lot better, but it has still been better. I mean, at the end of the day, it's what it is. The Angels only hit 241 at home compared to 259 on the road. Their scoring also is weirdly down. They just lost 18-4 to the Tampa Bay Rays. The Reds also have a better bullpen ERA. It's a full point better than the Angels over the last 30 days. The Angels bullpen is the 3rd worst, judging by ERA during that same time frame. I think there's just a lot of advantages for the Reds here as far as the numbers go. And for plus money, I'm going to take the Reds money line. That's the 5th and final pick. Guys, I apologize if this did seem a little bit rushed, but got a crazy day at work today, so I got to pump this video out. Let's do the final rundown. Seattle Mariners -1.5 versus the White Sox. Braves -1.5 versus the Mets. Rangers Diamondbacks under 9.5 runs. Astros money line versus the Red Sox. And then Reds money line versus the Angels. Guys, that's going to do it for the Monday episode of Pick 5, Win 5. I'm going to go ahead and get this video edited and uploaded, and I will see you back very soon. But before I go, make sure that you are subscribed to the channel. Like the video if you enjoyed. Comment, let me know what your favorite plays of the day are. And until next time, I will see you all very soon. Have a great day.